Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome. So glad you came to this session. I am not Pat Who, but that's okay. Pat got called back to the office for an important critical meeting there. But I am Ed Stracco. I am the Director of Spatial Analysis and Visualization at USDOT's Bureau of Transportation Statistics, and I will be moderating this morning for this great session on the U.S. Department of Transportation Solving for Safety Visualization Challenge. Yes. I'll ask you guys.
Yeah, well, okay, but I will charge you. We're good for our board.
Steve, you're good?
Yeah.
Everybody's good. And we are going to be recording it as well, so fire those cameras away and also look up online for the whole video of this, or at least the audio and the PowerPoints of this. So we got great speakers this morning. We're going to start out with an overview and then have three of the semifinalists talk about the challenge. And really the challenge was really seeking to look at some innovative approaches to analytical visualization, looking at really trying to gain those insights, not just visuals, but what can you use as this as a tool to pull out there. So I'm going to stop talking there because these guys have awesome things to say. I'll do a quick round of introductions. I think everybody's going to the semifinalists are going to probably speak for about 20 minutes each, take some questions in between. If you have time at the end, we can ask some general questions. So we're going to start with Jordan Riddle. She is one of the fellows at the Bureau of Transportation Statistics, and she is the one who organized and ran the Solving for Safety Visualization Challenge. She is the brains behind this whole thing. So Jordan, in addition to running this, she runs a number of other programs for us. She focuses on accessibility and transit, is working with a lot of the innovation programs at the Secretary's office. She has a master's in public health from Claremont University and a bachelor's in biology from University of Memphis. So next to Jordan is Bo Wang, and let's see, Bo is the Mobility Analytics Manager, and Bo's from Ford. And let me read you, this is a lot of big words, so let me make sure I get everything right. He's working at Ford's Global Data Insights and Analytics Organization. He is leading a team of data scientists and developers building analytical-driven solutions from inception to production. He is involved in several mobility products involving bike sharing, micro-transit operations and routing, multimodal journey planning, autonomous vehicle business planning, and smart city analytics. He holds a BS, MS, and PhD in transportation engineering from Iowa State University. Next is Cal Copley from Ford as well. He is the product owner of Safety Insights. Cal's a data scientist in Ford Motor Company's Smart Mobility Division. He completed his MS in Urban Informatics from Northeastern University in the fall of 2017. He is also an AICP certified urban planner and received his BS in Urban and Regional Planning from Michigan State University in 2014. All right, Cal, that's good. I'm planning to, but I'm in the closet right now. All right, next up we have Mohammed from UCF. So Mohammed Abdel Adi is the Trusted Endowed Chair, Pegasus Professor, and Department Chair at the University of Central Florida. He is leading the Future City Initiative at UCF. His main expertise and interests are in the areas of traffic safety analysis, simulation, big data, and data analytics, ITS, and CAV. He is a pioneer and well-recognized nationally and internationally in the work and research in real-time safety analysis, proactive transportation and traffic management, integrating road safety and transportation planning, the Highway Safety Manual, and connected vehicles. He's published more than 600 papers. He's editor-in-chief of the Accident Analysis and Preservation. He is a registered professional engineer in Florida. Mohammed holds a PhD in civil engineering from the University of California, Davis, a master's in civil engineering from Alexandria University, and a bachelor's in civil engineering from Alexandria University. Finally, last but not least, Steve Anderson from VHB. Steve Anderson is the Vice President of Technology Services. He is the Director of Geospatial and Innovation Solutions. Steve works closely with VHB's service leaders and collaborates with GIS leaders across the organization to build an overall vision and direction for the use and application of GIS and related technologies to serve to the services that VHB provides. Steve has led and participated in developing many state and local government GIS plans, development, and implementation projects. In 2014, Steve was appointed by the Governor of Connecticut to the state's Open Data Advisory Panel. He's also co-authored and published the design and implementation of geographic information systems. Steve earned a Bachelor's of Science in Civil Engineering from the University of Hartford and is a certified geographic information systems professional. All right, got all that out of the way. Awesome panel. Jordan, come on up and tell us all about the challenge, and let's dig into this.
All right, good morning. So before we get the semifinalists up here to share their tools with you, a little level setting on how we got to where we are. So the challenge itself is out of our Safety Data Initiative, which was spearheaded by the Undersecretary. And the Safety Data Initiative is focused on predictive insights, data integration, and data visualization. And so the challenge really hones in on all three, but its home is really with data visualization, which is also why we're at a visualization symposium. So the challenge itself was to develop innovative analytical visualization tools to gain insights and inform decisions to help reduce serious crashes on the U.S. road and rail. And so this was really an opportunity for us to bring in some different voices, bring them into the conversation. My background is in public health, so we always say, do we have everyone at the table? Does everyone have a seat? And so this challenge was really our opportunity to create this vibrant community of thinkers and doers from a non-traditional perspective. And so again, those solvers that we're trying to get to are these business and research communities, the tech firms, analytics, transportation companies, industry associations, research and university, mapping and visualization, and other individuals out there. And then, so solvers are the people actually competing in the challenge, and that's sort of a challenge term. And then we created this second group of individuals called innovation agents. We knew that having these non-traditional folks come in, there's going to be a knowledge gap, and there's probably going to be a resource gap. So we, as a Bureau of Transportation Statistics, could not provide this all, so we invited other partners in to help us. So the technical assistant innovation agents are providing this knowledge and guidance. And then the data innovations are providing that resource like technology and software that maybe the solvers didn't have access to. So what did we ask these folks to create? So we asked them to choose between one of two analytical visualization tools, so a Discover Insights tool or a simulation tool. The Discover Insights tool is really revealing insights to help a decision maker make an informed decision. And then the simulation tool is, as it sounds, simulating an environment so that a decision maker can make an informed decision when it comes time. And then we asked them to address one or more priority safety focus areas. These are a conflict point impact. So this is like an intersection or a rail grade crossing, a high risk factors. So this is an impaired driver, drowsy driver, drunk driver, or a vulnerable system user, your pedestrian, your cyclist, your older pedestrian. And then designed for one or more users. So this is our policymakers and influence, so the folks in government, the folk in industry, or providers and operators who are actually managing our transportation system, and then the public, so folks like you all. So again, we asked them to design the tool with the user in mind, because we as Bureau of Transportation Statistics do not want this sitting on our shelf. We want it out there in the world being used by folks and solving these serious injuries on our roadways. So we set this challenge up as a 3-stage multi-challenge, and to keep people incentivized, we added a prize to it. So the total prize purse was $350,000, and that was awarded over the course of the 3 stages. So our first stage was ideation, and this is really spaghetti on the wall. Give us what you want. We wanted to remove the barrier that sort of a grant or a traditional contract would have. We wanted non-traditional folk not to have that barrier of, oh, this is a lot. We wanted them to come to us with their ideas, and then as the challenge would move on, we would refine it with them. So in our first stage there, we received 54 submissions, and we were glad to see that this came from a variety of folk. We had the data and tech and visualization people, which was our main audience, so that was really exciting. And then we had universities who are working directly with their community, and we had our OEMs like Ford apply, so we had a diverse group. And then the second phase that moved on was we selected 5 semifinalists, so some of the folks that are sitting in front of you today. So that was Ford, UCF, VHB, Arity, and Uber. So these folks were moving on to move from their idea concept into a more conceptualized idea. And so as we moved on from this, we're taking the judging criteria into more of a more technical aspect. So then from this, the 5 semifinalists submitted their proof of concept and did a prototype, and they actually presented their tools at the TRB annual meeting, and we did a demonstration there that was moderated by our undersecretary. And so from these 5 semifinalists, we have down selected to 2 finalists, which are UCF and Ford. And so they have moved on to develop their concept into this actual working tool. Because again, we want to deploy this tool into the environment so that folks can use this and start making informed decisions on the roadways. So this working tool was, again, a more technical judging criteria. So we want to make sure that the smoke and mirrors, there's actually a full working tool behind this that can be deployed to folks. So these finalists are now competing for a prize purse, the final prize purse of $250,000. So stay tuned, we're very close to announcing that. And then a look at our submissions here. So again, we had 54 ideas, and I'd say there was a few buckets that we put the submissions in. It was exciting that we had folks apply that were sort of not quite there, but they wanted the department to see their tool. So there are folks out there who are interested in sharing solutions for our roadways. And then I'd say the next bucket up from that was more of, okay, these are great things, but we have the experts here at the department already working on it, so not quite what we're looking for. And then the next bucket up from that was, all right, these are great things, but we're still kind of looking for something innovative and novel. And then the next group up from that was actually where these folks landed, as in our high group there, of they had something novel, innovative, something that could be deployed, something that we aren't doing, something that could really work on our roadways. So they are, our 5 semifinalists were in that group, and they are all pictured on there. That was Ford, UCF, Arity, Uber, and VHB. And then we moved on to the 2 finalists who had something that was extra special that we really saw would be great for our users here on the U.S. roadways that they could use. So that's Ford and UCF. And we're not done with them quite yet. So even with the end of the challenge, we know that these tools can really make some impacts on our roadways. So we're excited that in the second phase of our safety data initiative that we're moving into more of this usability of tools. And so we actually are releasing a one-time funding opportunity where state and local governments can apply to pilot these. And they actually are working with pilots already with their communities, but we want to extend this further. So you guys aren't done with us yet, and we look forward to keep working with you. But I will get out of the way here so you can hear about these exciting tools that were developed. So I'm actually going to turn it over to Ford.